All right, we're going. Ready? All right, we're in straight away. Episode 39 of Rubber Down. Binny, what a weekend. Perth Motorplex, South Australian titles, or Hallett dominated there. Uh, Sprintcar racing is here. It is ready to go. But of course, before we get into all the weekend's action and what's coming up, thanks to our awesome sponsor, Eliminator Race Wings, who's a partnership with this pod. Get your wings everywhere around the country. And yeah, just thanks to Frank for supporting the pod. And they make a good sprint car wing. Eliminator Race Wings are Australian manufactured with recessed rivets for extra strength.
Manufactured with 6061 T6 aluminium for lightweight and strength. Sprint car top wings, dished and flat, along with front wings.
They also have Formula 500 wings now available.
Eliminator Race Wings, available Australia-wide.
BHR Fabrications in Brisbane, Par Motorsports in Melbourne, 16 Industries in Sydney, Sprint Car Parts Australia in Perth, and Peter Radford in Tasmania. All right, we're back, brother. Look, I'm finally home. I've been away for 2 weeks on the road. As soon as I got home at like 3 a.m., I shaved my beard too. I had enough of it. But then I realised all the kegs I put on, and now I'm walking around like this because it goes straight jubber. But yeah, what's been happening, bro? You good? What?
It's actually harder to get a keg than it is to maintain a set of abs.
No, that's insane. I've had both the extremes, and this does not feel good, and I need to fix it ASAP. Especially when you're leaning over and you're like, why is that so hard to lean over? You're like, oh my God, it's because you're fat.
It's when you're in the shower and you can't see your toes. You're like,
I'm okay on that aspect, brother. It's not that bad. Jesus. Anyway, but yeah. So, by the way, before we get into Speedway, I finally played golf on the weekend. Back into it. Played 9 holes. The only reason because I lasted about 5 with my golf shoes and got the worst blisters and committed for the rest of the 9 holes. But yeah, I love me golf. I want to try. I might just travel with my golf clubs and just always have them on me out. It's so good.
I want to see you do a Happy Gilmore attempt.
Nah, my body's not made for that anymore. I'm a past prime athlete. I play golf and darts. That's all I do, mate. All right, so that'll do me. All right, so let's get straight into it, Binny. Perth Motorplex. Now, staying up till 3 a.m. I had to. I was waking my fiance up. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, the racing's on. Like, it's an awesome race. Then she goes, all right, I better get up and watch it. And then she was like, oh, where's this guy? Where they're going? But, it was an awesome show, top to bottom. And one thing we said a few weeks ago, 2-horse race at the start of the season. But, man, this night, yes, adding your Madsons, your James McFaddens, Ryan Newton being there. But a lot of other Perth guys stood up with it. Like, besides Kingshott making history, we're going to get through that. Williamson looked great again, obviously. But, like, the one thing we were messaging each other and going was, how good was Ryan Lancaster throughout that start of that feature race?
That was insane. Like, I didn't get to watch the race live. You can watch the races live on Clay Per View. Little plug for Clay Per View. But I was one of those people that had the app up on my race pass looking at it, and I was like, 4th? I'm like, nah, surely. Not that, no disrespect to Ryan, but I was like, no way. Like, that's a good effort from him.
Yeah.
And then, the race went green and started filtering through, and I'm like, shit, he's actually in 4th. He's on for a podium here. And I was like, sort of like, come on, get there. But man, what a finish they had. Like, the four drivers up the front and even Newton coming from the back. Like, just insane. It's like it gets to this time of year and that track just turns it on.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. I'm marking it now like, I'll try to go to Power Blues every year, but I want to go to King of Wings. It feels like their big event besides the February stuff. Like, even you talk about, like, the drivers like Cal wants to win it. He's like, oh, I'm going to get one. Like, there's so much history of it. And speaking of we'll go straight to Dayne Kingshott now. Apparently he was sick as a dog all week. Obviously he was going to race. They push through it. It's his job. But, yeah, even when he was on the mic, he didn't sound crash hot and blowing his nose after he got out of the car and stuff. So, but he made history. 3 in a row. No other driver has done that, and there's been some wicked drivers win 2 in a row. But the not gonna lie, he didn't look like winning at all till right at the end. Like Madsen and McFadden were on. They looked great. Cow early on looked wicked too, and obviously we can dive into that soon about misfiring with the traction control device attached, but that's a whole nother article I'm going to get into soon. But yeah, they're the benchmark right now. I still think Cow and Dayne, obviously, but I called it last week, and I'm proud of it that Madsen and the Diamond Bay boys hit the ground absolutely running. And McFadden had a practice night on the Wednesday, so they figured their car out, and he said he wasn't happy with his performance, which was really scary to also think. Like, he's not happy with that. When he's going to be happy, he's going to blow the doors off these guys. And remember, he did win the first 2 nights at high limit. Like, then the car's on, he's on. So, but yeah, I was so pumped with Lancaster's effort. He was going so good. He did get, he said the word used up. Now, they had a weird replay down the front straight where, like, I think it was someone Manders or a similar car, that colour, that it looked like maybe squeezed him or just, I don't know exactly what happened, but he wasn't happy. But even Chris Mitchell was pumped. Like, man, you were going so good. And I think that's really, he's surely as a driver take away, like, hey, man, I was beating a lot of guys that I normally ain't beating and was fast too. Like, I think maybe, it's one of those things, addictive. Once you're at the front, you want to keep being there. So, you got the package and car now that hopefully the 44 is near the front more. Kendrick had a good night again. Again, faded a bit late. Jai Corbett was going strong to the mid-rate. It's like a lot of cars were good. And then it was like that fuel stop or other guys really got to talk to their crews. You're not allowed to or supposed to make changes, really. Maybe air pressures and fuel, but whatever happened, I'm not saying anyone did, but you're not supposed to if someone did. But it was Cricky car obviously had a great chat. They worked some stuff out or talked to it. But the big talking point, honestly, was again, I'm not saying a big talking point, but I mean, all in our social media posts, I was getting questions asking about it again. Was the traction control device? Now, that is the 3rd week. It was round 3. Yeah, so 3 weeks, and we're still talking about it in some form of not positive, right? Which is just, even Callum used his word so good when interviewed by Chris Mitchell, like, hey, well, this thing's doing it again, and we got to run it, and we can't do anything about it. Like, he was so frustrated, and it did put him back to 6 when he should have been, like, probably restarting around the top 2 easy or top 3. First week, obviously, the big thing with K Demanders. That was the thing where it wouldn't start, and then they unplugged it and it started. And I think the thing I want to say is, like, there's a few things I do want to ask if someone can communicate, because I feel like it's not being really talked to the public about what we're doing, what are we finding, and like how long are we going to keep doing this for if these same problems are coming up in it. Like how do I say it? Like it seems like it's one car every week. So does that mean there's one dodgy machine? Or is it just electricity, like combos and electrical communications between car? I know straight away, because I'm telling you right now, straight away to the average punter, it looks like that person's doing something dodgy. Because the other 3 are working and their car's not. And you know that feel being there round 1 with the Mander situation, yeah?
Yeah. I don't. They've got to sort it out. Like, there's got to be a solution, or, as you said, there's got to be someone come out and basically put out what their findings are on each car and stuff like that.
I don't know, because if let's say someone is doing dodgy, and you release it, well, yeah, there goes their brand. But what else are we doing this for? Like, what are we doing it for then? If they're saying it's a traction control detective, like, so can it find it? Like, they actually don't, are they telling us that it can find it? Or is it like, oh, you're going to tell people privately, hey, we know you were cheating that night, just don't do it again, slap on the wrist? Like, do you know, like I said, I honestly don't think anyone is doing it. And when I say this, there's so much more these guys can do with mag boxes, detuning their engines, changing their fuel ratios. Like when I say, everyone says, "Oh, it's in the mag box," but there's like so many other things a mag box can do. It's not traction control. Like that's just I feel like the average punter has just is always fed something, and that's all we hear. And especially like first night Manders, it didn't look good. But like, put it on the other foot. It's like whatever you strapped to my car's not making it work now. And now they they got a podium the next night, and then I think they're in the top 10 this week. I think JD Dack, when he had it put on the second week, maybe had a bit of trouble early on. Cow had trouble again in that feature, where he was saying it was misfiring and then it come good, or I think they said J-Mac was a bit funny too. But like, what are we doing with it? And like, I feel like if every car can't have it on every round, why do 4 guys have to be punished and put it on? And I feel like it's a punishment at the moment. Like, is it a risk that you're going to hurt a motor or hurt someone's car? And it doesn't seem like they're confident in, like, is it this? Or how do you know it's our thing wrecking your car? Come on, bro.
Yeah. My thing is, when it comes to high limits, if they're still running these traction control devices, are they going to put it on an American's car?
No way. They're not. I guarantee you're not going to put. Like, if they put it on Rico's or Brad Sweet's, or if Carl Larson still goes, they haven't announced him, or Corey Dave, I would be blown away if they did that. Because
that's the thing. If they really want to keep running these devices, and it comes to high limits time, and you've got those guys that are up the front that are absolutely blitzing it, are they going to put the device on their car? I don't think they're going to.
Well, lately it seems to be if you're going good on the night, you put one on. It seems to be like top 4 had it first night, which to me I thought it was random. So I don't know if I've been miscommunicated that, but I remember when they started it was random at driver's briefing. It doesn't feel very random right now. It feels like they've run up to the cars on the dummy grid and put it on the fucking thing. Sorry.
Yeah, but even last year when we were at high limits, like, they were choosing the guys that they knew were going to be in form. It wasn't random at all. Like, but
then they tried to say it was random. Where you're like, how am I got it again?
Yeah, like, yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
We see it from a driver's side. What we get told with their frustrations are, man, like, if something happens, no one's liable. This is the hardest thing. The engine builder's not liable because the engine builder puts their hand up and goes, well, you put something on your car that stuffed my motor. Like, I didn't do that. I don't build your motors to put this on it. And then the people who are running the device saying, hey, no, apparently we've had enough practice where this shouldn't hurt your motor. So then the poor driver's standing there like, well, what happened? Like, what actually happened, you know? And obviously Williamson's the other night, when he blew a motor, I don't think they had one on in qualifying or whatever. I'm not 100% sure there. That was just unluckiness. But I think in the scheme of things, I don't see it. It doesn't feel random anymore. I'd love for someone to reach out and actually have a proper chat about it. I don't know who to reach out to because I don't want to bother the wrong person and they just blow you off anyway. But from what it seems on social media, the average punter isn't being told enough, and then everyone's jumping to conclusions of they're cheating, that looks dodgy, when it's completely not the case of being dodgy or not. Like, I just think it flashes red. Oh, does that mean they've got it? Or does it mean the device is going flat?
Yeah, like, I was going to say.
Dayne Kingshott, one goes flat on him, and then they potentially might have hurt a motor. The second round. So, but then they go, oh, no, well, yeah. Like, well, how's the device go flat? What are they doing? Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just really frustrating because I see the team side. They're spending so much money to put on a show, and then they get put in an awkward situation where if something gets hurt, it's like.
So is it the Western Australian Sprintcar Club that is doing that? Or is it someone from Speedway Australia over there that is...
No, it's not Speedway Australia. Speedway Australia and SCCA are two different things, bro.
Yeah, okay.
This is where... So, Sprintcar Club Association, whatever. Yeah. Sprintcar Council Australia or whatever, association. And then there's, obviously, like, you know how we have a New South Wales club? They have a Western Australian club. So, I don't know if it's the Sprintcar Association or the Western one. But either way, bro, they've only got 4 of these boxes. And there's it doesn't sound like there's any time they're getting another 30. or like, let's be honest, if you're running an Australian title, if it's one in, I call one in, all in. That's just a rule I live by life. How is it not one in, all in? Like, how is it not? Like, I know they've all got that thing strapped to their car and whatever, but so the chance is anyone can put it on their car. But I don't know. Like, it's one of those things I really want to. Every good night at Perth, it feels like we're still talking about that thing has done something and we're unsure why it's done it. Like, you know what I mean? We're unsure why it is not making this person's car work. And then the argument is everyone just puts their hand up going, well, obviously their car's dodgy. And I was like, like, that's the easy way to jump out. And I feel like Perth was such a great show on the weekend. Like, it could have been, without that thing, it would have been perfect. And do we, I feel like on the East Coast, we never even talk about traction control anymore.
No, I was just about to say, like,
we don't talk about it, hey.
No.
Because the cream still rises to the top either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, and it's doing that right now in Perth. The cream is still rising to the top. So, I just think, again, we say Americans going there. What about East Coast drivers going, well, what about if I go there? I'm a budget team. I really want to spend a lot of money to go to Perth to do 10 shows, right? I've only got one good motor and the next one I wouldn't even bother running at Plex. Oh, they put this thing on and then it potentially might hurt something. I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying, like, as a team owner now, surely people are thinking that. Like, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Oh, will I get, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to say... I think it's just frustration from everyone online, plus what I'm hearing back from some teams and drivers, and it's really, we shouldn't be seeing this after such a great event, but I'm here talking about it because I'm frustrated about it. You know, like, it was such a good event, and then you're watching Cal just struggle out there, and you're like, oh, and what his words were, he was so professional. Kudos to him how he said it. But, like, that mid-interview shouldn't have been that. But he had to voice his opinion again. Because he's like, come on, guys, what are we doing? Like, I'm trying to win a big race here, and this thing's doing this again, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, you can't... And he's a guy that is, like, I feel like him and Kingshott are Western Australian sprint cars. Yeah. And these two blokes always have the device on, I feel like. It's those two. Always have it on. Yeah. Like... Do you know what I mean? It's like some poor guy might get good. Like, let's say Lancaster gets his stuff together and keeps putting it in front. He'll have a box on every week now. It's like, oh, he's quick now. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it just ruins it always has a cloud over the event. Well, that's me. It's just like, there's always a cloud over something. But back to it. That's my rant over that. I just want more knowledge on it. If anyone can reach out, please. But Dayne Kingshott made history, bro. Like, how good he nearly got done at the end. How close was that finish? And it was, but they didn't really say it on commentary, but it was like because Kendrick slowed down a bit on the infield and he sort of broke and like, oh, I just want to miss that. And James just rode the bottom like a machine and bang, there he goes. Like, it was a ripper finish. I think it capped off the night, how good that finish was. And, the Cricky Motorsport car, like we talk about Maddington Toyota Series, mate, performances like that, how can they not go back to back again?
I was going to say, is that just like a little bit of a, what do they call it, before it actually happens? Trying to think of what it is, but like he's won 3 in a row, three in a row of the King of Wings. Now is he going 3 in a row in the Maddington Toyota Series as well? Like, is it?
Well, you're seeing that the Williamson motor, they got it good. Now it's literally, I think the high limit series is going to make or break this whole series again. It did last year with the DNS with Williamson at Bunbury, but man, I just well, you know what? I feel like this season Williamson has started better than his last season. So now, literally, not at the end. It's like every round has been where's 3, where's 2. You know what I mean? And I especially think when we go to these other tracks, we're going to see 3 versus 2. A lot different. You know, like the Bunburys, the Albanese, the Geraldines. They're going to be where's the 3 and the 2. Plex, I think we're always going to see them that end. But you never know at these other tracks with qualifying, like how the track prep is and stuff. But I think the weekend at Plex is really another big highlight too. You said JD Duck overall quick time, man. He has come a long way already this season from going to Darwin to now, and I think the next step is the more laps he gets in than the racing. He's going to be at that pointy and that top 5, I think, at the Plex. If you can get a quick time around there, you know what you're doing. It doesn't just happen at the Plex.
I think all those laps are really helping him. Like he's getting more of that racecraft knowledge. Be fighting up the pointy end. I think time trials is where you start to know you've got the pace. It's the heat races where you've got to really get into the swing of things and really learn how to race. And exactly like the guy said the other week, learning how to race against those different guys depending on how many shows they've done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think JD Duck will get there. He showed it on the weekend with getting quick time there. Like he's got the pace. He just needs to get those heat races down packed and then put it all together in a feature race.
Well, that's like the heat race just sets up. You know, you can do everything in qualifying well, but if the heat races don't do your job, it's like, well, you miss that boat, bud. Like on points and stuff. But no, I definitely think he from last season to now, Duck is like up there now, like moving in a wicked direction. I do think the whole scheme in Perth, I do want to also talk about, is they're starting to do like best presented cars and teams, and I've seen Wilson Brewing jump on board, and now they do like best presented car or team each week and give them a free carton of their locals only or whatever. But yeah, and it was like J-Mac this week, but like you see a lot of the teams now having their proper crew shirts on at the Plex. I say like nearly a lot of Matt, and I think they probably put that in their media releases too. Like you sign up to the series, you got to look professional. We're going to be on Channel 7. I think it's awesome. It's perfect. Like its sponsor's dream is to see a full package that you're a part of. But yeah, I just think what they do there is awesome at the Plex. And I think we're going to be seeing Kerry Madsen and James McFadden at the pointy end around the whole country, and it starts this week. Coming into Borderland and Tolmer, they're both going to be there. And Kerry Madsen's coming straight off a full like outlaw schedule, bro. Pretty much. Like he raced along the 55 straight into the Tony Stewart, and Lord, he had 1 week off, flew from Charlotte straight into the seat. And he is ready to go. Like even at that break, he looked fit as a fiddle, wasn't breathing hard when they were talking to him about the taking $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. That was cool. Chris Mitchell in the suit and that. But yeah, I think the Plex higher limit is going to be mega. If they can get that track like that, with the caliber of drivers they're adding again, we're going to see like features like that plus like the Williamson, Sweet and Rico feature every night. Like with Kofoid, Sweet, Rico, if Larson gets there, but then add McFadden, add your Williamson, add your Kingshots. Goodyear, if he's on at Perth, is going to be up there throwing those side jobs. Macedo brothers, man, it's going to be wicked. It's going to be bigger than last year, 10,000 times. No, I said 10,000, not for a pun, but it's actually 10 grand to win. But there you go, 10,000 times better because of 10 grand. And old mate Coney next year is going to love it, and hopefully he doesn't get squished. He's I think he's a one-man band at the moment, old Cone, so... Are you okay? Were you okay when that happened? You were pretty distraught, weren't you?
I was actually just scrolling on Instagram. Next thing you know, I just come across this brutal murder, hit and run, and Tony getting absolutely annihilated.
This brutal murder.
Like, there's no way he just got taken out. I thought someone had made an AI of Coney. And then I think I sent it to you and a few of the boys straight away, and I was like, there's no way Coney got hit.
No way, my boy. No way, my boy.
But he's doing Movember at the moment. What a troop of that bloke is.
I mean, you do Movember 24/7 because that's all you can grow.
Yeah, I do Movember 24/7, but I reckon he's grown a better mow than me.
You need a mow on your one, bro. You need a mow on your one. You need a little one.
Yeah.
Little one. Bro, your gut's hanging out. What are you doing? Pull your shirt down, bro.
What we got?
It was hanging hanging out. I mean, I'm not on the tour. Not hanging out. Your skin was showing. Come on, we're trying to keep this PG, mate.
Oh,
All
come
right,
off
you
it.
don't need that many subscribers. Oh, baby. All right, so that it was a great event at Perth. I know I went hard on it, but I'm just honestly my frustrations as a race fan watching going. Oh, and then knowing we're in between fan and talking and feeling the team's frustrations and then hearing the fans' frustrations, there's just so much miscommunication or not really. I just don't know how much longer they commit to it. Just let it go. Like, I don't know. I just think all the Americans, you talk to them about it and they're like, this is ridiculous. Remember, we were entered a conversation last year with Kerry Madsen and Sweet, remember, and they were just like, no, what is this? Like it's silly. So I think it's silly. I get it because we don't want cheaters. But I'm sorry, off the top of my head, am I right? If you got traction control on the sprint car and you hit the cush and that thing's trying to slow you down, from all my knowledge and what you hear drivers, they need to put their foot in it to go faster and rev and spin the tyre to get out of the cushion. Traction control would only put you in the fence if I'm wrong. Wouldn't it?
You sounded like a bad dog, like a dog that's getting up from his nap or something.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking like it's supposed to slow your wheels down to get grip. But if you were up in a hooked up cushion, that is the last thing you want.
Yeah.
Because that is going to eat you up. If I'm wrong, please someone tell me. Please reach out. Let's move on. Oh, we did want to touch on Ryan Newton in the current car. Started off slow. Finished fourth. Great top five. It was a cracker field there. Got sent back to the rear, though, after a weird call with the... Got tagged, like, as slowing down for a yellow. Like, on turn 3 when the thing was on turn 4. Thought it was a rough call. I don't know if they just missed it or whatever. But kudos to him. Went back to, like, last, 28th or whatever, and then ripped back to 4th. And, great performance by Newton. And definitely, again, you said it, the craft or the laps in America. Yeah, he's going to be at the pointy end, I think, of some races or just... when he gets it going, like we feel like we've had the one warnable round, then a rain out, and now this wasn't his car again. So, yeah, it'll be wicked. I honestly think it'll be wicked, and I think we're gonna have this year's Classic in Australian Title is gonna be the best we've ever had. I think we're gonna have so many guys competing to win it, and the Australian Title this year, I don't think we're gonna see like a last year, 2 guys running away with it like McHugh and McFadden. I don't think we're gonna see that. I think we're gonna see rocking into that weekend. It's still going to be who's going to win the Australian title. And which I love that shit because the A1 I'm all about. Speaking of let's go East Coast, South Australian Sprintcar Title, Murray Bridge, Brock Hallett is owning Murray Bridge this season. What a season he is having already. Started a lot better than last season, a bit slower last year, but now he's already picked up a few wins, but 3 from 3 at Murray Bridge. He's made it and he was untouched on the weekend, I feel. Ryan Jones was there around, the track specialist. But at the end of the day, as soon as I reckon the fuel went off, Hallett's car was electric, Benny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... He's just started a lot better than he did the year before. I think he won those couple of rounds at Sydney last year, and I think he was leading a couple of races and just kept on getting either... wiped out or getting caught up in other people's crashes on the night.
100%. Yeah.
And we said, like, a win's coming for him. A win's coming for him soon. And he just kept, every week he came back to Sydney and we're like, oh, yeah, Hallett tonight. And he got wiped out or he got caught up in a crash. Like, he was just really unlucky. But this year, 3 in a row at Murray Bridge. That's impressive.
And a winner. Toowoomba already looked fast everywhere he's been. So the GW car is looking prime for this speed week and all the big stuff. Yes.
Can I just say, I agree with Hallett. I think the car needs a change up. I saw Wade's interview with him and I agree. It needs a little bit of a change up. I don't know what, but just a little bit of change to it.
Well, you do. I mean,
That's
I'm
just
all about new cars and new T-shirts, and I get it. But I mean, I'm also like, well, no, it's once he gets his brand out there, you're gonna know the car like the old like Rushies and Tattles and Robbie
yeah,
Farr in the '90s. I mean, I'm just old school. I've watched all the old shit. Oh, Steve Kinser was green forever. He didn't need trouble selling T-shirts. Just make them look different. But
yeah,
I don't know. I agree with you. Like similar colours, but maybe mix it up. But who cares? It's winning. Don't change what's winning,
yeah.
baby.
That's
You
right.
know.
Right,
So.
right, right.
Um, what was also cool, T-Mez, Thomas Mesrol was there from Canberra. Look, I didn't see much of Canberra besides his YouTube video. He nearly won Canberra, bro. He got ran over by
Yeah,
Delamont a bit after a lap car, nearly spun him, and then Delamont had nowhere to go. But yeah, they've started a lot better as well. And then straight away, Murray bro, in the dash, he was like slide jobbing McHugh, slide jobbing Menz, and yeah, got that thing going. Ryan Jones had a ripper event. Eagle was strong again. I think it was Eagle's best performance back in the car. Darwin, I don't think anyone can really gauge off. Like, I just think Darwin's not a place to really gauge off because it's such a unique place and we don't race there a lot. But the one thing was McHugh was not at the pointy end or looking threatening like he normally is. That 7 normally is like a killer. You know what I mean? That thing normally looks like it's eaten, and yeah, just wasn't on the night, which was scary because that means they're going to get it sorted, and when the big race is on, he's going to be there every night. So, you know, it's a good time to maybe if they're trying stuff, and these laps are, you know, perfect for their speed week. A lot of these guys are doing the speed week, so you had like McHugh's doing speed week. I'm not sure if Eagle's going back to Perth or doing speed week. I haven't heard anything. He seemed pretty keen, or like he loved Perth all the time. Team Eds, I don't think is doing it. He'd go home, but Hallett's definitely doing it. You had Ryan Jones probably do it. The Stoyer brothers were fast again. He nearly junked it. Oh, that was close. I thought he was going for 6. Yeah, like Tate Frost was good. I'm not sure if Tate Frost was there on the weekend. Yeah, I take that back. Sorry, but I mean Tate Frost will do speed week and be there. Veerley would be added to the field. I thought Murray Bridge was great. I know they've had their troubles, but Murray Bridge's racing all night was really good. Feature was perfect. It was a really entertaining pay-per-view event to watch. I thought the racing was great. Heat races were good. And yeah, Brock Hallett, I think, is just going at the moment. I think this weekend we're going to see again. Before we get to it, there's a huge weekend at Borderline and Tolmer, where I don't think the WA guys are named yet, besides J-Mac and Kerry, I think will be there. But I definitely think it's the best field we've had in Australia altogether, besides, I would say, Warrnambool and then last weekend at the Plex. Like, it's the best field, I think, of everyone we're going to see at like a speed week plus added, maybe like, let's say it would be like an Australian, a classic qualifying night. You could say maybe.
yeah,
You know, like,
okay.
because not everyone's going to be there, but a pretty strong night. You know what I mean? So hopefully all goes good. I haven't checked weather. Hopefully they get them in because I want to see Borderline especially. Like, you know, whoever wins at Borderline's like, what? Shown title favourite already? Let's get them going. Tolmer as well.
Yeah.
Just as awesome to watch sprint cars at. Amazing. But yeah, so besides that, Benny, what was your... We'll get into it. BK Racing Performance Product Moment of the Week for you. We'll do one each. What was yours?
Moment of the week, yeah, it's probably going to go to Kingshott, and it's
Hard not to.
coming out of it's the pass that he makes on J Mac and Kerry, and he's through the middle. It's sort of like the gravel outlaws pass.
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy. Like, I was watching the replay yesterday, and I was just like, man, like, that is crazy. And you see how wide the Motorplex is when you see that shot of all three of them, and they're basically on complete opposite sides of the track.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mine goes to Kingshott.
Yeah, I agree. It was very close. I could have threw that in, but I'll throw one from down south, and mine is purely just Brock Hallett and how that team is going. It was good win, and so Brock Hallett is my moment of the week of just the cars. They're good. They're on. You know what I mean? Like, Brock Hallett's on now, so I'm happy with that. Could have been a few more. You could have had Ryan Newton's ripper performance in the current car. You could have had Lancaster. You could have had JD Dak on quick time in a field like that. There was Ryan Jones again with the. I think he's ran second in like the SA title like 6 times. They reckon the poor bugger. But yeah. I want to add another one this week for our other awesome sponsor, Eliminator Race Wings. Now, I want to do Wing Dance of the Week. So it could be how pumped they were. It could be a Formula 500 one as well, if you've seen any. You know what I mean? I know you haven't because you didn't watch any live, or go back and watch them. But it could be, obviously, that if the Wing Dance wasn't, emotion-filled, but their win was good, and you're like, oh, that's the best Wing Dance. That was the biggest win. So mine is, I'm going to give it to Kingshott. He was absolutely juiced, getting up on that Wing Dance and the win. So my Eliminator Race Wings Wing Dance of the Week has to go to Dayne Kingshott.
Yeah. I didn't see any live action, unfortunately, this weekend, so I don't have a wing dance this week.
Well, who won?
Well, Kingshott won.
Yeah, go on. What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
I was gonna do a blast from the past wing dance.
Blast from the... Okay, guys, like this. Maybe this could be a thing.
And,
blast from the past, the good wing dance. People send them in if you're listening. Have you ever got one?
And I don't want the driver to get annoyed at my wing dance, but it was... Remember when J-Mac won at Bunbury that first night last year?
Yeah.
I think it was the second. And he just got up, did the little wave of the flag, jumped down.
Yeah, that's because everyone was so frustrated on the track that night.
But that's what I mean. You had like the polar opposite to that night, like, and that's as soon as you were talking about wing dances, that's the first one that popped into my head because I was like, I remember that one so well.
Mine's the opposite. When he got up and won the classic and ate shit.
Like,
that was iconic, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know how he didn't crack himself on the front wing, but that thing was. I'll always remember that one. But
I do like seeing Rico win and him up on the top wing and then jumping down.
He jumps and then he jumps onto you. Yeah, that's cool. I've seen someone try. I think maybe Alex Haddad try. They try to stab the flag in the wing. I think that's ludicrous.
That was his first win at Sydney.
Did he try to do it or he did it?
No, he was
trying to stab it, It's not a moon landing, Alex, for God's sakes. Jesus. And it's a good wing. Why would you wreck it? Anyway, but yeah, so that was, I think, something, and if anyone's watching or send it through, it'd be cool. We could make clip like wing dances from the history or something. There's surely some around the internet that have been wild or outrageous or the opposite, like you said, get up and just not get up, and back down they go. But yeah, so besides that, other results in America, I did see Brent Marks won at Baps, 10 grand, beat Lance DeWeese. The track looked fast. It was a good PA, strong field. And besides that, we'll move on to this weekend. Now, Western Sydney Speedway are having their first official show. Now, sprint cars are on the card, but it's just a test and tune practice to see what they get and whatever. But it's a big block show. They've got AMCAs there. I think fender benders are there. I'm just trying to get up now. But it is also, like, I just want to hopefully... Doesn't matter what's racing on it. I just want to see them get through a night of racing and then judge where it is. It's obviously not sprint cars ripping it up, but sprint cars will be there. But I'm saying, like, just having an event and ticking the first event off the belt. So, Saturday, November 22nd, full list of racing, $20 to get in, kids under 12 for free. Nominations will be out in a few days. How good? I'm all for it. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Just to get it going, and you were there on the ground.
Yeah. It's going to be good to just finally get racing back at the track. And I hope that all the divisions that are racing there get around the track. Because I think the only way for them to get better is by getting more laps and getting people there and through the gates. So hopefully some big numbers, the crowd turns up as well for them, and we get a good night of racing finally back in Western Sydney.
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's what we need.
We just need it. It's so important. I've done the track the last few weeks up to Queensland, down there, and I'm going to do a lot of driving over the next few weeks, and it really is crazy how far apart everything is without Sydney. Like, in the middle. Like, it's just that break you really need. But yeah, so next Saturday, I believe, is Borderline. So the field should probably look like this. This is Tolmer have put out their car count. So it's T Mez, Zach Patriota, Daniel Stoyer, Dylan Mens, Dylan Jenkins, Matt Eagle, Randy Morgan, Parker Scott, Mick Salah, Kinsey Claridge, Jacob Smith, Bradley Vaughan, Dane Court, Luke Stoyer, Marcus Tumsey, Craig Vanderstelt, Ben Morris, Lockie McHugh, Tim Hutchinson, Bobby Daly, Scott Endell, Kobe Wright, which will be in the Bohard car. Cool. Jason Pride, there's a Perth guy. Jock Goodyear, Dennis Jones, James McFadden, Will Carroll, Kerry Madsen, Daniel Pesco, Grant Anderson. Now, I do say maybe add a few more Perth guys like a Williamson and Kingshott, but we have not heard or seen them nominated. And there will be a few more Queensland guys down there, I think, for Napa, but they're obviously electing or just staying in Queensland for the weekend and then doing the big trip down. That's a great show Tolmer and Borderline are going to have. Great car counts. Binny, who out of that right there, Tolmer, I'll say, who's your top three? Go, bang, out of that Tolmer list I just said.
Far out. You really like doing this to me, don't you?
Yeah, straight in, Tolmer. Go.
First of all, we're going to say, I've seen the grandstands they've put at Tolmer now. That looks freaking wicked.
How good are the grandstands? Yeah, it's going to be wicked. Yeah. I can't wait to see people enjoy them. I think we might get people that are travelling to Adelaide 500 maybe do this bit of a track or just a first glimpse. And I think for what they've built at Tolmer, they're just getting started. Mate, they've done the principles right, and every track that ever has been built needs to follow it. Track first, the rest later. Because they built that circle, and I'm telling you, when I was there, I was in awe. Like, wow. Like, it literally gave me Plex vibes of just aura. Like, the shape of it, how it raced, you're just like, what? I didn't care that there was no stands, I was like, this is sick. Like, so you forget, when something's that good, you forget all the rest that needs to be worked on. Whereas, obviously, when Sydney wasn't good, we bagged out, well, not we, but everyone was like, crap. But if that was the great product, no one said boo. So, and I think Tolmer's done that really well, and Sydney will get it going. I've got a vibe. It'll be good. Who's your top three? Come on, don't be scaredy. I'll tell you mine right now. Like, straight out of the bat. No mexing around. After watching Kerry Madsen, Kerry Madsen will be up the front. And then I'm also going to say Big Lockie McHugh bounce back. And I seen James McFadden run there last year, and it's James McFadden. You could say it's a cherry picking one. If Grant Anderson, good to see him first race back since his incident at Australian title. He actually won the feature there last time. So if he can get his stuff rolling. But I honestly do think... just the guys that have had the most data there will go good. You know what I mean? And switched on. Like, we've seen Madsen and all that have their stuff straight away together. Matt Eagle went all right there too if they get their stuff going. But that's just a safe top three. I don't like picking favourites, but, just throw it out there. Put your top threes in the chat too if you're watching on TikTok. Whatever this really is, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or even Spotify you can comment on. So... I think we're not going to do Apple anymore. I'm going to make an announcement, mate, because I just don't think Apple's just it's Apple. Anyway, did you do your top three? Come on, what's your top three?
Did you say Goodyear was on that list?
Yep.
I'm going Goodyear, McFadden, Marcus Dumsney.
Shout, Tolmer car. There you go. That's a good shout, Benny. Good shout. Very good. I'm just letting you know, Goodyear last time packed up like after the B-Main, before the B-Main even rolled out last time there.
Yeah. That's in the past. We're in the future.
It's definitely in the past. And, when Jock's on. So if he's sending it, he's sending it. I did see Jamie Veal not on there. That's an interesting one. But I don't even think Billy's doing the Napa. I don't know. Have they seen that? Have they officially announced all the Napa list yet? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure all the Napa cars are up on the Adelaide 500 website.
On their website? Let's have a quick look. But anyway, and then Borderline, I'm going to say the same field. And if you're not picking J-Mac at Borderline, or what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, that's his place. He gets around that place. So,
yeah, I'd probably pick J-Mac anyway, so you're just stealing all my picks, all right, mate?
I can't steal all your picks. Turn it up, mate.
I tell you what,
What?
Adelaide 500, I'm looking forward to seeing the midgets around that track as well.
Oh, stop it. How good are they going to be?
That's going to be sick.
Yeah. So the word is now it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to get more information on this and do like maybe a reel or a proper post about it. But apparently the track's a little bit more banked and the pits will be a bit different. It won't be up the top anymore. So,
Yeah.
where is it? I've got the driver list here. So Karen Williams for Adelaide. This is the Adelaide 500 official list. Callum Williamson, Dayne Kingshott, James Inglis, Jason Pride, Kerry Madsen, Daniel Harding, Alex Addard, Alex Orr, Marcus Dumsey, Matt Dumsey, Mick Seller, Brent Kratzman, Brock Hallett, Dylan Mans, Jai Corbett, Lockie McHugh, Randy Morgan, Ryan Newton, Talia Pell, Ben Morris, Daniel Pesca, Dylan Jenkins, Glenn Sutherland, Lisa Walker, Luke Storer, Matt Eagle, Parker Scott, Ricky Mayolo, Ryan Jones, Scott Endell, Stephen Caruso, Brett Milburn, Brennan Quinn, Grant Anderson, Jamie Veal is doing it, Tate Frost, Thomas Mesridol, Jordan Charge, James McFadden, Jock Goodyear, Riley Goodnode from the States, and Max Guilford from New Zealand. That is the 40-car field. Speed cars, you've got Braden Williamson, Brock Webster, Caleb Mills, Dylan Mens, Hayden Williams, Jack McCarthy, Caden Brown, driver 2B TBC, Keenan Fleming, Melissa Crouch, Mitch Saunders, Nick Parker, Robert Hurd, Troy Jenkins, Janko, go at it, Zoe Pierce, weapon, Casey O'Connell, weapon, Cameron Key, Travis Buckley, weapon, Luke Stoyer's doubling up to another TBC, and Angelo Carusis, I think I said that right, and obviously, I think it's going to be a very competitive event. I really think so.
Yeah.
Like that'll be one that I'll want to keep my eye on when I'm there. But yeah, I think the format's a bit different though, and I'm going to get this as well. I think it's going to be not run like last year at all. I think it's going to be like, here, ready? Napa schedule. All right, so this is night one, Wednesday. Engine starts are at 6 o'clock at night, Adelaide time. All right. Speed car hot laps at 6:30. Then it's sprint cars, night one, flight one to the track at 6:40. So that's about 7:15 Sydney time, because I think it's 45 out there, 45 minutes behind. Then flight two to the track. Flight one to the track.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is Codeman thinking.
Well, how they've worded it is... What? So if I'm reading this right... I don't know if there's heats on night one. There has to be.
What do you mean, no heat on one?
So it says, it's worded so weird. So, all right, I'm going to go back to the sprint cars from the start. All right, sorry, listeners, but this is how confusing it reads. So, sprint cars night one, flight 1 to track. Sprint cars hot laps night one, flight 1. Sprint cars qualifying night one, flight 1. Then it reads 7:05. They're this to the point. Sprint cars night 1, flight 1 to pits. Night 1, flight 2 to track. Then sprint cars, flight 2, hot laps, qualifying. Sprint car, night 1, flight 2 to pits. Then it's speed cars, heat 1, heat 2. Then, all it says again is sprint cars, night 2, flight 1 to track. And that's at 8:20 at night. Then it's sprint cars qualifying night 2, flight 1. This is all on Wednesday night.
Wait, is Wednesday night just the practice night like they did last year?
But then they're doing a feature race.
Yeah, that does make sense.
They're doing sprint car feature race, Napa Adelaide Showdown. As the last
Go
race.
scroll down and see what's on the Thursday and the Friday night.
Thursday night, sprint car engine start heat 1 and 2. Heat 3 and... So they're just having...
There's a night of just qualifying by the looks of it.
And a race.
No, I don't reckon there's a race. I reckon
It says there's a race, bro.
Yeah, I don't reckon it is.
It says Sprint Cars feature race. So what, if you qualify shit, that's all you done for the night?
Yeah,
That's rough. That's rough, eh? So then there's the night 2. This is Thursday the 27th. It goes Sprint Cars Heat 1, Sprint Cars Heat 2, Sprint Car Heat 3, Sprint Car Heat 4. Sprint Car Dash, last chance, 2 of them. Then Sprint Car Feature and Trophy Presentation. Then on the third night, Friday again, it has Hot Laps Heat 1, Heat 2, Sprint Car Heat 1, 2, 3, 4, Sprint Car Dash, last chance, and Feature. So if they've worded that wrong, there is a Napa Sprint Car Feature race on night 1 though, but it just does look like all qualifying. So is that them trying to run like a supercar spec? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that is very confusing. And then Saturday, it's all juniors, and sprint car demos if you want.
What did you call them to the beginning?
Juniors and sprint car demos. What else did I say?
Juniors.
Juniors. Anyway, my brain was hurting reading that, but that'll be one of those formats that I think everyone on going there might be. If you're ready for a full sprint car night 1, you're in for a bit of a qualifying session. Yeah. Anywho, but that's about it, Benny. And then T-Bar is on this weekend. Last thing to finish up. T-Bar is still running their UFC round 4, and it's a 2 heat format. So I'm not sure if there's qualifying, but there's still 30 cars nominated. So that's pretty good. Yes, Benny.
McHugh's running down.
He's down south. Yep, he is not up there.
Yeah, right.
Yep, so up in Queensland this weekend. I just had it today because they released it. So up in Queensland this weekend, nominations. They've got V8 dirt modified speed cars, which is their big speed car event where it's reverse grid for speed cars. Top 2 go to the rear and then send it through. Modified sedans, juniors, AMCAs, mod lights. Jeez, big event. Yeah, so 32 sprint cars. Still at Queensland. So you got Brent Crashman, Aaron Kelly, Jack Cannell, Adam Butler, Casey O'Connell, Clyde Jensen, Brody Tulloch, Brody Davis, Luke Oldfield, Renee Cooper McNee, Daniel Helmore, Nicholas Well, Callum Walker, Tony Bridge, Ryan Potts, Erwin Oliver, Mitch Gowland, Lachlan Polger, yeah, that sounds about right. Daniel Bridge, Aaron Vanderinden. Sorry if I said that wrong, Aaron. Very sorry. Cody O'Connell, Cooper Norman, Tim Farrell, Caden Iverson, Jaden Peacock, Henry Titman, Ryan Newton, Mick Sauer, Jason Fant, Charlie Bowen, Anthony Lambert, and Harry Stewart in the Titan Mobile. So 32. So it's still a strong field and double heat racing. So I think they said the heats are inverted though. So I'm not sure how they're going to work that out if there's no qualifying, but we'll see.
So does UFC run a drop the round system or something?
Don't know. I do not know, brother. I do not know. But yeah, he's definitely not there. McHugh is down south and looks like they're staying. I think this is probably the last. I honestly think this is the last Toowoomba round until they do their own speed. They do their own type of Queensland speed week. So the majority of those cars will do that. But McHugh would be at Speed Week and some of the other boys, maybe. I don't think. Really, that whole field beside maybe Ryan Newton and McHugh will do Speed Week. I think. So that will be your Queensland strong field over the whole time. And Luke Oldfield is there, but he'll be in Perth probably for high limit and everything with the Pete car, the 65 he was in on the weekend. So that's the wrap. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we jet, Binny? Supercars, I know it was on. Who won? There's only one round left. Brock Feeney's going to win it all, isn't he? Let's be real.
So, yeah, supercars. So we're down to the final 4, which is the 2 Red Bull boys, so Brock Feeney and Will Brown.
Yep.
Versus Chaz Mostert and the rookie Kai Allen.
Oh, how good would that be if the rookie got up? Could it happen?
It sort of reminds me of the movie Cars at the moment.
Cars?
You got the King, which is the 2 Red Bull cars.
Yeah.
You got Lightning McQueen, that's Kai Allen.
Yeah.
And then you got Chick Hicks, but everyone likes him. It's a little bit opposite to Chick Hicks, but Chazzy's like Chick Hicks.
Chick Hicks is a winner. Just remember that, kids. Lightning's a loser.
Yeah.
Just remember that. Lightning doesn't win shit.
But it sort of reminded me of that going into Adelaide. Interesting weekend at Sandown, lots of weather, so it was wet on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Mind you, the race got delayed by about 20 minutes because there was a massive oil spill around the whole track.
All right.
So the track literally looked, if you go watch the first lap of the Sandown race on Sunday,
yeah,
it was literally kicking dust up everywhere. Because it was just
they put the dust right.
Yeah, and they had put it across the whole track. They reckon there was about 20 litres of oil leaked around the track. So I don't know what the hell leaked, but it was all through the pit lane. Like, it just caused chaos. It made the Super Utes get delayed. But yeah, Vegas as well this weekend for the F1. So still on for the championship in that one between Piastri and Norris. Mathematical chance for Max to win still.
Calm down, champ. He needs them to wreck each other the rest of the rounds, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it is Vegas.
Does Max normally go well there? Bro, it's not Speed Racer, you know that movie? Speed Racer? Surely you've watched Speed. Oh, bro, anyone who hasn't watched it, if you're a racing fan, go and watch Speed Racer. That is a good movie, Vinny. You'd rate it. It's good.
I'll give it a watch.
Speed Racer, what a movie. It literally just reminded me because there's a character that's like a snake in it, and he's a dodgy guy. So yeah, he does dodgy moves because when they go race on like the like this different series, they can like do dog moves to each other when the cameras aren't on and shit. Yeah. And he does the odd oil spill. Look at me go. Anyway, I've got off track there.
Yeah,
but yeah, Speed Racer, do yourself a favour. Google that movie. It made in like 2006. It's different. I love it. It's good.
Okay.
But yeah, so who are you picking to win the supercars? I'm going to be there on the ground. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay and watch it all. I might jet home, but after the sprint cars are finished. But what do you think? Who's your winner?
Anybody but Red Bull.
So you're full Red Bull in your F1, but when it comes to supercars, you're off it.
Yeah, well, I've hated Craig Lowndes and Jamie Whincup for so long. I can't really go for the team.
What's wrong with Lounsey, bro? 888 goat, bro.
When I was 12 years old, he pushed me over when I wanted to get his signature at Bathurst. So
no, he didn't.
Ever since.
What do you mean pushed you over?
2005, I was trying to get his signature. I was trying to get all the drivers to sign my shirt. And he pushed me over because he needed to get to a media commitment. Never gone for him since.
I think that's heavy words.
I'm dead serious.
What do you mean, like stroked you? Or like sort of did the old fucking Benji Marshall palm at you?
No, it was like the James Fisher Harris.
Turn it up.
So, never gone for him since. Was a mad Mark Scaife fan.
Yeah.
So, to go for Triple Eight would just be against my...
your inner soul.
I'm a big McLaughlin fan, so I just can't go for the team that cost him a championship.
Okay, so who's winning? Who are you picking?
Chazzy or Kai?
I feel like the whole country's around Chazzy after the beer at Bathurst. Like, everyone's like, I think he's even hooked up with Better Beer now and stuff, so... But Adelaide, who won Adelaide last year?
Brock Feeney, dominated.
So, is this similar to, like, we're going to see a Gold Coasty style race? Like...
Oh, yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of pushing and shoving. And the Red Bull cars, I feel like you're going to have to watch their back for people they've upset in the pits. Because there is people that are going to be... And you saw it on the weekend with Cam Waters and Matt Payne coming together.
Yeah.
Like, they were bumping and rubbing. They were not caring. They just wanted to get ahead of one another to be in that championship hunt. So I think it's going to be on, and Austin Cindric joins the field.
Yeah,
his car got released today. So
did a few laps, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he was part of the ride day. So he was actually having passengers in the car with him while he's trying to learn the track.
That's crazy, yeah. It's like, you can get as many laps, but you need to take someone with you, bro. Like,
and that's what he said. He goes, it was actually quite good. He goes, I was learning the track and they didn't even care. They were just having the time of their life.
Yeah, of
So I
course.
was
Yeah,
watching one
yeah.
of the interviews. So his car looks mega. It's real nice car spec, his car. The big
Now,
armor all on the
now he
side.
normally goes well in these road type races in his NASCAR, yeah?
Yeah.
So he
But
could, like, if we see a bit of a flippy, he could go all right.
yeah, you would hope. But I feel as though in the supercars field, when you're a rookie or you're someone that is very new to the series, you get the old hip and shoulder all weekend.
Oh, of course you're gonna.
So I feel like don't expect him to see him up front on the Friday race. No, is it a Friday race or a Saturday race? But I don't think he'll be up front. He'll get the old hip and shoulder, and then I think he'll come out firing on the Sunday
Would you also
because
say? Yeah, go.
he's got a good car to be up there with the Tickford cars. So fingers crossed.
Would you say that a lot of teams are also under pressure or drivers going, well, if this guy beats you, what are you doing in our car, bro? Like,
Yeah,
are there a couple drivers you feel from this year on the chopping board, or a lot of changes like this weekend? It's probably already going to happen. If it's not just going to happen after this weekend's performance, is it?
well, yeah. I think a lot of teams have already done their sort of chop on the chopping block.
Yeah,
Like Richard Stanaway's already out of that car. Jaden Ojada's into the Premier car.
yeah,
So yeah, I think I don't think anyone's under big pressure,
yeah,
but it's more like if I was the drivers, you just want to get a good race in to start
yeah,
next year strong,
yeah,
because it's all about momentum, motor racing. I feel as well as luck sometimes.
yeah,
Um, but going into the next season, you want to go in with a win and be the last person to win a race.
yeah, for
Um,
sure. Yeah, for
and for
stock, eh? Like,
yeah, and for people like Nick Percat, it's his last weekend.
mhm.
For James Courtney, it's his last weekend. And during the week, big news out of the Red Bull camp: Wingcup's decided to retire and step aside. So now Nick Percat is now the co-driver for Red Bull Racing and Brock Feeney.
Thoughts on that?
So that's so it's end of an era. Like
Big time.
Jamie Whincup, 7-time champ. Just he is probably the greatest of the modern time
Yeah,
in supercars.
agreed.
So it's a shame, but as he said, he said all along that if a younger and better guy came along and was better for the seat, he would step aside.
Mm.
And that's what he's done. He's stepped aside, and he thinks it's too early for Nick Percat to retire. And thinks that him and Brock Feeney would be a good pairing for the Enduros.
Yeah.
So they locked Nick Percat down and locked that deal in. So that's awesome for them. And I honestly do think that Nick Percat and Feeney will be a threat for the Enduros next year, because two guys that are pretty much full timers out there together. So
Okay, that's sick. Well, that sort of ties in, and I think we'll talk a bit more about that next week, sorry, as we try to get an episode in before I head off to Adelaide and Napa. So we'll obviously go through this weekend's results and really pump up Adelaide, and then talk about the grand final, because I know you're fully invested in that. Hopefully AG can join us as well, because he's been busy working when we're doing the pod, and so tired. But they're big supercar guys, and I think I really want to get their churn and spin our turns. But yeah, big weekend coming up, guys. So make sure you're watching on Clay Per View. I believe every stream is on Clay Per View. And don't be afraid. Tell your mate to check it out or get him over for a barbie. You always need new eyes on the sport. And, of course, thank you to Brendan from BK Racing Performance Products again for sponsoring and partnering with us. And, please like and share in the comments. Follow us on all our social media platforms. And anyone else that is listening or knows someone that thinks, they want to support something motorsport, we'll chuck them our pages. Get them over here. All right, Benny. Thanks, bro. Have a good night. And big week coming up. Let's go. Share the boys.